We all want to use public transit.
It's often the cheapest and most responsible choice.
But getting from your door to the closest station, well, that could be an insurmountable challenge.
Which is why every city could use this next project.
Robot bikes playing follow the leader. Yeah, that's gonna turn some heads.
What we are doing at MIT Media Lab in our research team is try to build a low-cost, robust, autonomous vehicle that operates on designated bike lanes.
Phil Tin and Michael Lin are two of the driving forces behind this people mover. Today, they're setting it free on the busy streets of Taipei.
PEV, Persuasive Electric Vehicle, is a lightweight, multifunction autonomous vehicle designed for shared use. One of the biggest urban challenges is actually last mile connection. It is probably like 1 kilometer or 2 kilometers between your home and the nearest public transit. Imagine a fleet of persuasive electric vehicle where you can use your app. It's gonna arrive at your door. You hop on the PEV, you can ride it to the nearest transit system. We want to encourage people to use public transit because the traffic is already congested. Bicycle is one of the most efficient transportation tool that we have right now. This is why PEV actually has a pedal. We encourage people to pedal. On the other hand, it has a motor, so it's much more easier for you to go uphill.
Born in MIT's Media Lab, the PEV is a multi-country project. Students from around the world are part of the process.
Brake, release, go.
Today's testing is important. With so many cooks in the kitchen, Phil and Michael need to see if all of the engineering across the board is up to par.
We're gonna see if the LiDAR is working. What's the range? Okay, 100 meter distance. I think that's good enough for most of the urban environment. The goal for today would be testing out the quality of the localization in the Da'an Forest Park. All right? Okay, let's go and do it.
First up, lane detection and path following.
Based on the current bicycle regulation, the speed limit on the bike lane is actually 25 kilometers or 20 miles. But right now, when doing the testing, we're actually purposely tuned it down to 5 kilometers per hour, so it's safer and also easier.
Avoiding pedestrians is a bit of a biggie.
Good, good. Right now, what we're testing here is to see how the PEV interact with other cyclists in the bike lane. So what it just did was that it stopped when the biker stopped in front of it.
The PEV does exactly what it's supposed to do.
For this demo, one of the goals is actually to understand the public reaction to this kind of robots.
And so far, people just look at it and they accept it, right?
But one of their biggest tests, finding out if their ride-sharing app actually works.
We have this app right here called PEV Go. Right here, we can find our current position. I'm actually coding additional PEV for you. So this is the scenario where in the future can platoon together and traveling faster speed. The front PEV is leading the one that's behind. Ready? Let's go. The next step, we'll try to design the estimate arrival.
The app works perfectly too. But before they wrap for the day, they want to try one last thing, a swerve test. It's a bit too risky on a busy bike path, so they go to a nearby campus. And just like every other test today, they nail it.
The PEV is actually capable of safely navigating in the complex urban environment. In the future, we're hoping that we can wrap soft fabric, like a skin, onto the PEV, so during the accident, to protect the pedestrians.
The philosophy at MIT's Media Lab is deploy or die. So, this team will keep tweaking and fine-tuning until they can finally bring the PEV to a bike lane near you.
That team is rolling out their project all around the world, and we're going to let you know when they are a bit closer to launching their project. For now, we're on to